Hi guys, Kalila here, or Callie, and welcome to another video. Today, I'm going to be starting my crochet raglan colorwork sweater. It's called the hemispheric sweater, and I'm going to be swatching my charts. I already made my charts because I've had this idea for a while now. So we're going to see what it looks like. I'm using Drops Alpaca, which is a sport weight yarn, but it works up like a fingering. It is 100% alpaca. I have not used this before, but I do love me some drops. If you guys have been here for a while, you know that. I'm also going to be using a 2.75mm crochet hook. So let's get started. Hello. It is like 2 weeks later, probably. I don't know. But I have moved to Australia. Yeah, I'm living here, okay? And I finished my collar. I know. It's crazy, right? But I have been living here for a little over a week now. Yeah, like 9 days now, and it's been so busy because I've been bouncing around all the New South Wales coast visiting friends and enjoying celebrations. Christmas just passed and it was fun. It was so great. But I have been feeling lazy, basically. My sleep schedule is all over the place, which makes sense because, you know, jet lag, okay? Sleep schedule is all over the place, staying in bed for hours and hours and hours, just doom scrolling. And, you know, I've taken this time to actually take a break. Kind of take a break because I have been crocheting, but I've been waiting on my yarn. I ordered yarn from Drops for my second sample of my Frost Helm sweater, which is coming out before this sweater. And I have written out the pattern already. I just need to format it on my document, and then I'll be able to get that out into testing, and we'll see how things go, you know? But anyway, for now, I have finished the collar of my hemispheric sweater, and it is folded. See? It is folded and nice and connected, joined it around. I've done a single crochet round, so I'm ready to start the short rows. I've been writing out the short rows in my handy dandy notebook. This is my design notebook. One of my design notebooks. I have like 3 of them, and I think I had like 5, but 2 of them I don't know where they are, and I brought 3 with me to Australia. So I have finished this. This was the longest part because it's slip stitch ribbing, back loop only, so you know that's gonna take forever because you need to do the equivalent of 2 rows to equal 1 row. And I used the 2.25mm crochet hook for that, so that took a long time. Oh, also moving here, I developed the craziest allergies. I've never had allergies in the States. I came here, it's summertime. Allergies just beat my ass. Anyway, so that's why I sound a little stuffy. And yeah, so I just need to write out the pattern, like format it in my document, and I will be starting the short rows. I've been writing the short rows out because I think I'm gonna do it the same way I did it for the Frost Helm sweater, but I'm amending some things because I'm changing some things with the Frost Helm sweater. Anyway, next part that I need to do is, oh, last night I formatted my charts. I had my charts, I had like my designs like drawn out already. I drew them out. And so now I just needed to format them in Stitch Fiddle, and now everything is great. Okay, I did that already, so that's ready for, it's ready to go in the pattern once I write up the pattern. But to refresh everyone's memories, even though it's probably only been a few minutes for you guys, it's been weeks for me. So to refresh your memory, this is the design. It'll be the sun, the leaves, the the stars, the snowflake, and then the leaves, and then the sun, and then the snowlet, and then this, and then the sun. So it's gonna be one of these and this in between each time. It's not gonna repeat that many times, I think, because of how long, like this is already like the yoke, you know? So for the body, it'll probably repeat a couple more times, but not too many times, I think. Anyway, I want it to be a full colorwork sweater, so repeat in the sleeves and repeat in the body. Yeah, we'll see how things go. It's all in my head right now. Anyway, that's it for now. I am going to work on that a little later. Yeah, I'll work on it a little later, and then I don't really want to work on it because I want to work on my frost down, but that's okay. I don't have the yarn yet. I'll just work on that. I finished writing on my short rows, so now I'm taking my 2.75mm crochet hook, which will be the main hook size that I'll be using for the sweater, for everything, even the color work. I know for knitting, people like to go down the size or whatever in needle size. I actually don't when I'm knitting my color work, and it always works out fine for me. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that for my crochet. I'm not going to do that for my crochet sweater, but mainly because since I'm doing a custom size, I feel like I don't have to worry about my color work making the fabric smaller, because even if it does naturally, I can just make the garment bigger, you know? Like I'm not constricted to a certain stitch count or gauge. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this, but right now I'm going to start on the short rows and see how they go, and if it actually gives me the length that I need for it to like make a difference with the collar, you know, like if it, because it's such a tiny, I'm doing the same thing I did with my frost helm sweater just to see if it will work with such a tiny yarn, or if I need to adjust it to do more rows, which means I would have to change up how I do my short rows entirely. Not like how I do it, but like the steps that I take for it. So let's see how things go. May have to frog, but welcome to designing. I got my yarn in the mail. I'm so excited. I just bit my lip saying that. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Guys, I got 25 balls, which equals 3,000 yards. I did not realize I got that many balls or that much yardage, but also I don't know how much yarn this is gonna use. My previous sample of my frost helm sweater, this is for my frost helm sweater, it used around 2,200 yards, 2,300. And I don't know if using a thinner yarn means I'll use more yarn. I feel like it does mean that, but also it could not mean that, but I don't know. Using this stitch, I'm not sure. I'm using a front post double crochet, so we will see. At least I know the yardage for like a worsted weight sweater. So now I'm gonna see for a DK weight sweater. It's not going to be as oversized either, because this is also a superwash yarn. Well, not only because it's superwash yarn, but also I don't think I want the fit to be too oversized. Maybe just like slightly, because the previous one, ooh, it was a bit oversized. It was more oversized than I anticipated, but I still loved it because like I love oversized. I love oversized garments. So the yarn that I got also is drops. I got drops in Australia. I'm so happy that I'm able to still get this yarn brand as easily as I did in the States. Oh, It just makes me so happy. So I got Drops Fiesta. Looks like this. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it looks so good in the camera. So yeah, Drops Fiesta. And it is a DK weight yarn. And I wanted to keep the frosty, icy vibes without using another blue color. I was gonna do silver, but nothing really popped and everything was more like darker gray leaning or too white leaning, and I didn't want to do another white garment because I did that with my Cascade Cardi. Not trying to do that again anytime soon. So then I saw this and I was like, oh my god, I have not used Drops Fiesta before, so I might as well try this out. I'm loving the colorway already. So I'm gonna use a 3.5mm crochet hook with this, and then okay. Thoughts. I want to finish the short rows on my hemispheric sweater. So finish working on this. And then, well, just finish the short rows for this. And then go back to working and starting on this. Write out the pattern. Send out the pattern to my testers so it can get started. That's it for now. I'm gonna continue working on this and then start on my frost helm second sample. Had to frog a bunch because I skipped a stitch and I have like that much where I had needed 19 stitches and I had 18 stitches, so time to start like this much over. Alright guys, I have finished my collar and like the first round after the collar. I was doing some experimentation. So I did something a little different from what I did in the first frost helm sweater. Yes, I wanted this line of demarcation and I was like, how do I get that? Because I would fold the collar, then I would like start right away and it's like, where is this line? So I was able to create this line and I'm so excited. Just like with my knit projects, I love that little line right at the collar to like mark like before the start of the body and a yoke and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. I am now going to be switching to a 3.5mm crochet hook. I used a 3 for the collar, which is a size I did not have in a crochet hook. I had everything else, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, but not a 3. So I bought a 3 right before I left the States. Got that came in perfect because I'm gonna be using this more often than I previously thought. So I have my Furls metal hooks. I didn't bring my resin hooks because I didn't want them, okay? I didn't want to bring them. I have over 30 of them. They can go to my sister. I don't care. I only wanted the metal ones because those are the ones that I'll be using more often anyway. And I was like, how do I store them? I have my big cases with my resin ones and my metal ones were in there as well, but I was like, I need like a storage like to travel with. And if you see that my eye's red, it was strained the other day because I was crocheting in very dim lighting. My fault. And so my eye got strained anyway. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really need it. So I went and I got a pouch. I put them in there, clank, 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 clank. Horrible. So I was literally scrolling on Instagram and I saw that they just came out with a thick leather travel bound case. So it's in here and I wanted something, you know, when you get something, I wanted a furls case. Okay, I wanted a furls case because all my furls hooks are in furls cases. I wanted a furls case. So it came in this. I got the green one. It is, so wait, have I shown this before? I mean, if I have, who cares? It is so thick and nice and sturdy, okay? And it has 10 slots. I only had 8 metal crochet furls hooks, so I got 2 more. I got a black one, and then I got one of their newer ones they just came out with, a blue one, this color. So I got this one, the black one, and this one. I got a 4mm in this because I did not have a 4mm in the metal hook. Look at this. Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, I didn't have a 4mm, and I didn't have a 3.75. So I have 3.5, 3.5, 3.75, 4, and then 5s, and then 5.5. Because these are basically all of the sizes that I'll be using. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get a 3.75 and a 4. I love them. Anyway, here are the hooks and the cases. They're not flush with the case, which is so good. And when it closes, it doesn't touch, like they don't touch each other. It's so perfect. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is all that I need. When it comes to furls, I have other crochet hooks, you know, crochet hook sets, but this right here, so perfect. So I was sent this one and this one and this one by Furls, and then I bought the rest of them. I bought this one years ago. You can see that it's different from the others because this was the first full metal streamline hook that they came out with when they discontinued the Odyssey metal ones, and then they came out with this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not crocheting anymore. This was like 3 years ago or something, I don't know. Could be 2 to 3 years ago when they first came out with the first one. It was the silver one, and I bought it then, and it's different from all the others, but I think it's kind of cool because it kind of reminds me of the time where I got it and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm not crocheting, but I need it, and now I'm crocheting again, and it's great. So yeah, I got sent these 3, and then I bought the rest of them. Anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna be using a 3.5mm crochet hook. Did they send me this one? I feel like they did. Or did I buy this? I don't know, who cares? I'm gonna be using this 3.5mm crochet hook. It feels so good already. I'm obsessed. So yes, 3.5. Let's get started. I sat and wrote out almost all of the pattern yesterday on my computer. I did not expect to. I did not plan to do that. I was literally just going to write out or type out the collar and everything and then write it out as I go through the sweater. But I literally went like zoom and wrote out 99% of the pattern. So once I get to the sleeves, and I think once I finish one sleeve, I will send out the pattern to my testers. I think it will only take me, I'd say if I'm working on this like every single day, probably a week to do. It's DK weight, but it took me a day to do the collar. So, and it only took me a day because I was doing other things. So I think I'll be able to get some good progress so that I can send my pattern out to my testers. But for now, I'm gonna follow my own pattern and see how it goes. Hello, I'm about to frog. Hold on, I need to put this down. I'm about to frog this project. Disclaimer, I love the way it's turning out. It is
amazing, okay? Amazing, amazing, amazing. It looks so freaking good. Look at that. Oh my God. My want for a very visible raglan without holes around it, oh my gosh, it's coming out so beautifully. And also, you would think it's time to split for sleeves, right? Right? Wrong. I'm still not at the size that I want. So I think I need to increase more rapidly than I am right now, which means I need to frog all of this. The good thing is all of this work was like 3 full days of work. So it will put me behind schedule-wise, but maybe not, because if I'm increasing more rapidly, I think it should be fine. So yeah, say goodbye to this beauty for now. Oh my God. Okay, I was gonna keep the short rows, but then I realized I need to change that up as well. And here's the mountain of yarn. I already started winding it, but I was like, let me just finish frogging it. So now time to wind it all up. Okay guys, it is currently midnight, but I have finished the short rows again. Again. So now it's time to start the raglan. We'll see how my raglan starts to look. I hope the middle, or like the raglan stitch, still protrudes just as much. But we will see, we will see. Oh gosh. I'm hoping this is, like, what I am going to do is going to be what is needed for this pattern. I think that's what I had trouble with the first frost hem sweater sample. So I think this one will be good. I think it'll be good. I was loving how it was turning out. I'm so sad. Like, it was so beautiful, but it just wasn't turning out to be the size that I wanted. And for me to test this out before it goes into testing, like, I need, since it's made to measure, like, I need to make sure it's perfect when it comes to me describing sizing. And I need it to be perfect for me so it could be perfect for everyone else. So let's get into it. I might crochet for about an hour before I go to bed. Hello, I'm currently watching Passionate Kelsey's Vlogmas, catching up on that. I'm finally almost caught up. And, can I put this right here? Oh, what did I just do? I don't know. What is this? Okay, let's just set this right here. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's okay. I can't put it on there. Let's just close it. Okay. So, I am this far into my sweater right now, and so far it's looking good. I have like 13.5 more centimeters to increase to, so I'm going to start counting my rows, my rounds, and
I'm really excited because I feel like I did some measuring and I feel like it's turning out exactly how I want. And once I finish, like, I'm not going to pause, I'm not going to stop. I counted the amount of rows, the rounds that I would need because I did my measuring and I was like, okay, I need this amount of rounds. And I'm just gonna do that amount and see how it turns out, okay? Because I've been stopping to see like how wide it's gotten. I don't really remember how many rounds I've done. It's just like, nah, 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 nah. So this is what I'm doing. Going to count for the rest of the yoke. And then after the rounds that I have done, like that I have counted that I need to do, I will measure it and hopefully it'll be exactly what I need, what I want, and which means the method would work, you know, the method will work. All right, let's continue. Oh my gosh, I want to finish the yoke today. It's currently 3 p.m. I started crocheting on this maybe like an hour ago, but not really. I was doing a bunch of stuff in between. So now I'm fully locked in and I think I can definitely finish the yoke today if I just lock in, just crochet on this and watch videos. Okay. Alrighty, here we are. I have finished the yoke again, and here's the skein of wound up yarn. I actually wound up 2 more rounds because I measured and I was like, actually I want it a little, it came out a little too big, but now it's the exact size that I want. Look at it, look at it. It still has the raglan showing like I want. It is perfect. Look at this. Oh my god. So perfect. So now it's time to actually split the sleeves from the body so I can just work on the body. And I'm very excited for that because I feel like things are just working out and it's just like, yes, it's working. It's anyway. I'm very excited and I'm ready to see like how much I need to chain for the underarms and if it should be universal or if it should be like a certain measurement. I might just do a universal chaining because I feel like around the underarms it could be a universal chaining of stitches. Potentially, based on what I've seen, I think it can be, especially since when you start decreasing, you're going to take away that like bulk anyway, and also the amount that I'll be chaining, it won't be too many and it won't be too little. So yeah, anyway, I'm just very excited with how this is turning out. I'm going to split the sleeves and the body, show you what that looks like, and then I think I might end off this vlog and then I'll continue another one for next week. So anyway, that's it for now. Hello, it is days later. Okay, it's like 2 days later, which is still days later, but I didn't crochet for like a day, and then when I did crochet I got a lot of progress. So this is what the sweater is looking like. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, I am very excited. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. This is, I don't usually make sweaters that aren't super oversized, and I am loving this. I am loving it so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think once I block this out, it's going to give me the ease that I truly like. But honestly, I'm loving how it's looking right now. Like, it has good enough ease already. And it's literally perfect. I do need to change my recommended ease for this, because once we add the underarm stitches, it adds more ease. So that's what I wanted to test out. I wanted to test out the ease of this. So now I'm going to up the ease for this. The recommended ease, obviously, it's made to measure. People can make whatever size they want. But I think following my instructions, the intended ease, like once they follow the instructions, can like will change once you add this. So I'm gonna up the intended ease, which is great for me anyway because I want it to. And yeah, so I'm going to do, because the first recommended ease was my first one was 8 to 10, and then this one is 4 to 6, but I think this one will be more like 6 to 8 inches, which will be 15 to 20 centimeters instead of 10 to 15. Does that make sense? Yeah, because this right now on me, I think is about, hold on. I think it's giving me, actually, I think I'll do around 8 to 10 inches of positive ease. I think it's just going to be around 8 inches of positive ease, I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Because I think this is now around 8 inches. Because I added the centimeters underneath here. So it's kind of actually a little, but from here to here and there to there, it is the ease, the intended ease. And then it has the underarm, the extra underarm ease. So much thought, so much to think of. I'm not really looking for any suggestions. I'm just like free talking. It's currently midnight, actually. It is 12:59 a.m. And this is me just thinking about everything at 1 a.m., almost 1 a.m. But anyway, here is what this looks like. I'm so happy with the short rows and how it turned out and how it just like lays the collar so beautifully. You could literally see the collar high up here and then lower there. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Anyway, that's it for the rambling. I am going to continue crocheting the body and then start on a sleeve. I have some secret test knits that I need to do. I just got the yarn in the mail today, which is exciting, and I can't wait. I will be doing some moving and stuff here. I'm in Australia. So we'll see how updates go, but for now, I'm done with this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.